Hey everyone, I'm Colin Weston with the ModGolf Podcast. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, I've been talking already to an amazing entrepreneur out of Toronto, Canada. I'm Canadian also, as I think you know, based in Vancouver, even though I grew up in Toronto. And that is Eileen Jurczak, who is the founder and CEO of Xonic Golf. And we had a great conversation on our audio podcast. We're going to mix it up a little bit here, as we always do, and kind of ask some other questions about the future of Xonic Golf. But before we start there, I'm going to have Eileen tell us what Xonic Golf is and why she does and the team does what they do. So, Eileen, hey, welcome back to the ModGolf YouTube channel.
Thanks, Colin. Great to be here. Our podcast, that was a great chat we had there. So I hope listeners will pop over to that and take a listen, and happy to be back with you on the video segment. So Xonic Golf, we are a technology company that focuses on solutions for the golf industry. And we're just looking to enhance and improve the player experience for all golfers. I mean, that's our broad-based mission statement. And our first product is the ITQ, which is golf's first ever AI-powered quick tip caddy app. And it's just intended to really encourage more people to play more golf and enjoy the game while they're out there. I mean, it can be so frustrating. We're just trying to make the game more enjoyable for everyone. And that's it. It's very simple.
That really sums it up. And what we talked about, just so people understand, well, this is the great thing about now with the visuals, is I will have some screen captures of the app, especially the quick fix aspect of that. So tell us a little bit about that, about how that you found, the feedback you've had with everything that you've tried so far, that's been something that's really connected with your users. So tell us about that quick tip, quick fix feature while you're out on the golf course.
Right, because there are a number of features in the product, but the core of it, which is the AI driven features, are the quick fixes and tips. Just to distinguish, as those who are not familiar with the product will not know this. So quick fixes are, well, essentially quick fixes. So if you're struggling with something and you want to stop doing it, you go to the quick fix section. Quick tips are how to execute a shot. So for instance, maybe you struggle with fairway bunker shots, as I do with woods. That's a tricky shot for me. I still struggle with that after all these years. I'll go in there because I don't play that shot very often. So sometimes I just need a remote for my swing, and it's based on my swing. So I can go in and get a quick tip on how to execute that shot just as I'm about to go execute it. So because you just forget how to execute, or at a deep rough, I struggle out of that sometimes. So basically any issue you could possibly have on the golf course is in this app, and the advice is customized to your golf swing.
Love this. Okay, like I said, we talked in depth about Xonic Golf and all the good things that you're doing. We talked about your entrepreneurial journey with your previous career in finance and also your background in engineering and how that all came together. But there was another piece you talked about too, or you touched on, and that's your work in the nonprofit sector and how that has helped inform you with what you're now doing in the for-profit entrepreneurial side of things. So tell us a bit about the nonprofit work that you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I'm very passionate about. I'm still running the organization at a very top level. We've got a team that manages the day-to-day. So I'm much more of a strategic advisor at this stage, so I can focus on what I'm doing right now. But we're still going strong, which is great. So I got the idea for it in 2013. I was attending, so as you know, I was in finance for many years, and I was attending a mentorship event at a high school, and almost nobody, and these were girls that were about to graduate, by the way, and
Right.
almost no one could tell me what half the careers in finance were all about. And I was quite shocked, given the age that we were, 2013, age in terms of the year we were in, 2013. Right. And I was like, wow, and you guys are graduating. So I just occurred to me that, wow, they're making decisions about their futures based on inaccurate, they didn't have the information they needed to make this. There was a whole sector of huge employment opportunities that they didn't even know existed, that perhaps they would love, and it was no different for me. I didn't know much about that in high school either. It all came about after, right? When you go and you did your graduate studies and your undergrad studies. So anyway, that's where the idea, again, it's a similar, very organic, very much how Xonic Golf came to be. And I just had the seed of the idea. I saw an opportunity. I said, there is a missing gap here. We need to fill this. This can't be so difficult. We need a bit of money. We need a bit of time and a team of people. Let's go. So I just got to work on reaching out and getting people on board. And it didn't take much. I had a great pitch deck, and we built up what is now our board of directors, but they started out as the team of advisors from educational finance industry folks. And we put this together, and yeah, we built out this great, it's called Bay Street Deconstructed. And so what it is, it's a workshop that we go, well, with COVID, we didn't go on site anymore, but
Sure.
before we had a team with, it was great. There was actors and very engaging, and we do a race and it was teaching, giving them education about different careers in finance and allowing them to just get a general sense of that, just so they can make not just better decisions about their futures, but everyone needs to know this. I mean, you sort of need to, most adults don't even know some of this information. So we were hoping to actually educate a whole new generation that would then grow to be adults who would know this information. Just, when do you go to a commercial bank versus a corporate bank? Personal banking. When are you going to need certain things from where? And investment banking. A lot of the kids, well, it's all called banking. Is it all the same thing? No, it's not. And that's okay, because that's what they were there to, and they learned, and everyone really loved it. The kids had a lot of fun. So the program's now virtual, but it's live and interactive virtual, if that makes sense. So we just had to revamp it because COVID, obviously we couldn't get into the schools, but now the program's even better. This is what happens, right? Opportunity. As bad as the situation was for everyone, we took it and made the program even better, which is, what change. I like to think of change as a way to keep improving. And yeah, it can be tough, right? It's tough when you're forced to do it. But at the end of the day, I always feel that things end up turning out better for it in some way. And so I just, I always see the glass half full. I'm I'm that type of person. I always see the opportunities in things rather than that didn't work out. I said, no, but this worked fine.
Right. Well, I asked you on the audio podcast where you first got your entrepreneurial juices flowing. Like, what sparked that? And you mentioned, you shared the story of when you were a girl, of what happened there, which we're not going to share that story again. We encourage people to go back and listen to that great story. But now what you just put out there with your nonprofit work sounds like that was a way to build your entrepreneurship muscles also. And our viewers out there have to hopefully know this, that just because you're developing something that has social impact or is a nonprofit doesn't mean that it's not an entrepreneurial endeavor, and everything that goes into that to create new value and solve a problem, seeing a gap or seeing an opportunity that you had mentioned there too. So it sounds like all the things you learned there, and probably even the connectivity with some of the people there, is yet another piece to the puzzle that has led to the successful launch of Xonic Golf. So, okay, well, I'm glad you shared that, because I didn't know that before. So we have that. So I want to ask you this, as we finish up, because stick with your journey and the kind of the give back mentality that you have as an entrepreneur and a leader that you really need to be successful. So what you've actually done with Bay Street Deconstructed, did I get that right?
Yep.
Bay Street Deconstructed. Are you finding now, with kind of empower girls and young women in finance, to give them those tools and the education and the understanding, are you also porting that over or expanding that now that you've kind of expanded your own entrepreneurial journey, that you're using kind of the same ingredients for a slightly different recipe to encourage young women and girls to give entrepreneurship a start, to realize that is a career opportunity? So tell me about that. What's your connectivity when in Greater Toronto with the innovation and startup culture and STEM and entrepreneurship? So are you doing any work in that area too, as a mentor and to help out?
Right. So it's not the same scale. Of course, when I was doing all that mentorship, I was working in finance. And so
Right.
that was all done, starting that not-for-profit was done on the side, right? That was in my spare time, basically.
Mhm.
And after work. But yeah, and so I should clarify too, Base Critique and Started isn't just for girls, it's for boys and
Oh,
girls.
great. Okay.
There's definitely a unique opportunity for girls on that type of education for finance, just from we know just that more boys go into finance than girls. So there is definitely an opportunity for education there. But we also realize that boys are fairly much just as unaware as girls in grade 10 what a lot of these things are. So it is for both. But like I said, an opportunity for girls for sure to help empower them down that road, and also for underprivileged demographics in our society who also often don't have access to this education. So
Mm.
anyway, but back to your question. So yeah, so not to the same scale. I certainly, if asked, I've had a couple of people, well, can you come and talk at this event? My hand is always up. I'm a big believer in giving back and helping out and answering questions. So if somebody, I had someone the other day, actually through my lawyer, interestingly enough, they said, oh, we have this individual who's starting their company. We thought they'd really benefit from talking to you. And I said, absolutely, put them in touch. So we did a Zoom call, and he just had some questions about getting started and going down the road. So yeah, it wasn't a girl, but a woman. But it yeah, I'm happy to help anybody out, and that's how I am with others, reaching out to others to get advice for my career. And I think that's a great way for everyone to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I love having this conversation with you, and you sharing this with us, because we know 51% of the world's population is women, and 51% is not represented as founders and
Mm.
entrepreneurs. And as we know, sadly, it's getting a little bit better, but there's so much work still to do. And there are organizations and grants and funding out there to then empower women entrepreneurs. But still, the numbers are grim, just as far
Mm.
as the percentage still being in the single digits, especially with funding and the amount of money that women-led companies get. And it's been proven that women do more with less
Mm.
to be successful with their companies. So the fact that you're sharing your story, I hope this encourages other women out there that are considering entrepreneurship, because as my friend Sandy Cross with the PGA of America says, you have to see one in order to be one. And the fact you are one. So
Mhm.
hopefully this not only encourages women as entrepreneurs, whether it's in the golf space or whatever industry and passion they have.
Mhm.
But just to finish up here, I want to actually carry that over, because I see a lot of similarities between the invitation and the welcoming and the encouragement, not only in entrepreneurship, but also to play the game of golf and be in the golf industry.
Mm.
So where do you see, what gets you excited to finish up here, Eileen? The fact that women now as professionals have more disposable income, they have more control over their own financial destiny.
Mhm.
And golf, as we know, is this amazing social and business tool. So, as this multi-billion-dollar business opportunity to get more women involved in golf, I know this is a big, hairy question here, but what's your take on this to get more women on golf, to really see that it is a sport that is welcoming and can benefit you on so many aspects of one's life?
Well, listen, you're talking to a lifelong golfer. It's in the veil. I mean, I can't speak more highly about this game. I mean, I'm selling it at every point, and often I'll bump into women that I bump into, or if their husbands or partners play, and oh, I don't play. Why not? Come on, is trying to get them out. But yeah, I have seen, I think was the National Golf Foundation stats show that percentage of women participation seems to be increasing, which is great. I mean, it's still only 25% of the players out there. But yeah, there's definitely an opportunity, and I'm happy to be a part of anything that grows that. And again, being in this, what we're doing too, with I'm not not trying to plug the ITQ again, but what I'm trying to say is that we are hoping that this type of tool, helps all golfers, including women, feel less frustrated about being out there, getting a little bit of that helping hand while they're on the course for 4 or 5 hours or 2 hours if they're just playing 9. So they come back for more. It's okay, you don't need to know it all. You don't have to know it all. Here's a little help in the palm of your hand. Don't need to look at it all the time, just when you need it. Put it away. Don't let it distract you. It won't distract you. And come out and have fun, because it is fun. It is a fun game. Yeah, it can be frustrating, but not I say that a golfer knows what I'm saying when I say that, right? It's frustrating, but you keep coming back for more because it's just such an amazing game.
Yeah, it really is. So, hey, to finish up, why don't you let our viewers know where they can download the app and they can learn more about Xonic Golf?
Great. So our website, Xonic, XONIC, xonicgolf.com, has lots of information. We've got a great product video and lots of information, as well as a great user reviews video. So if that interests you as well, on that side, and pricing's all there, but you can also, and there's also buttons to the App Store and Google Play Store right on the website, but you can also just go to the App Store search or Google Play search and type in XONIC space ITQ, because ITQ is the actual product name, and you can download the app. I think I mentioned on the earlier podcast, it's a 14-day free trial. It's a monthly or a yearly subscription, and yeah, you just follow the instructions in the in-app screens. Again, you will not be charged for the 14-day trial. It's okay. It's free for, and try it out. Get 14 days is good. You just go, you do your videos. You can have someone do them for you, or just, I have a tripod, I do it myself, but it takes 2 seconds to. Everyone overthinks this. Oh, I got to do my videos. Don't overthink it. The instructions are in the app. It takes like 2 minutes to do. Don't, just do it. You can do it while you're playing. On one hole, do one angle. On another hole, do the other angle. You're done. And then you're set up and you're ready to go.
There you go. There you go. Well, as I always do, just below in the notes here, we'll put all of those links in there that you just mentioned for Xonic Golf, and also with your social media handles there too. And also, hey, everybody out there watching, if you enjoyed this conversation that I just had with Eileen, hey, we've got plenty more. So please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and hey, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you're thinking and get back to you. We want to make this as interactive as possible. So, hey, Eileen, why don't we finish up there? This has been an amazing conversation to learn about your entrepreneurial journey, and also what you have created and where you're going with Xonic Golf. So thanks for joining us on the ModGolf YouTube channel today.
Thanks so much, Colin. Happy to be here.